I'm a creative, being forced to learn what is nonsense to me. E equals MC squared and all this hocus pocus 3 times 3. I really like to write. My imagination going fast. I like to write tales from the future, the present, and the past. I want them to last. How can I write if I'm stuck in this money-making mindset misery? What you gonna be? A lawyer or a doctor? That's all they want from me. Not a dancer or a singer. Not an actress or a filmmaker. They want a politician. But that's acting, no, you see? I'm a creative. I hear music everywhere. From the sea breeze whistling through the palm trees to the monkeys chirping over there. Stop saying you're such a show-off just because I like the stage. Just because I say pick me to be in the Christmas plays. I'm just a creative living in an inexpressive society. It's not your fault, but we have to get out of this slave mentality. Freedom came and it's here to stay. So don't be afraid to write a play. Don't think about the pay. Everything will be okay. I listened to you and studied law. And for 2 years, like sun on ice, my imagination began to thaw. My creativity slowly melting. My depressed expressions you never saw. How could you miss my creativeness? I begin to reason and reminisce. My granddad, an author. My nan, a seamstress. My mom is a poet. And my dad, the lyricist. My sister is a model. And the other, a filmmaker. My cousin, a designer. And my uncle, the steel panist. So I took a risk. I left that profession. You thought it was madness. I stepped into the theater. An instant sensation of ease. For I am not a creative, but a creator, if you please. Thank you. One of the holy sacraments, he took hold of it, and my marriage suffered during the pandemic. My husband lost his job. We were having our second baby. As Tanvi said, I didn't perform because life was happening. And it became so hard for us. And we were coming to the end. And we thought, are we really going to end this? This beautiful black love that we have? Black love that is so important because our ancestors didn't get that privilege. During slavery, black people, we weren't allowed to get married. We had to hide to get married. We had to go behind the cabins and jump over a broom to say that we are in love with each other to get married. So it is an honor before God as a black woman to be married to a black man and love him. And that made me stop in my tracks because God spoke to me and he said, I said, oh, why am I here? Why am I in this? It's not working. I just want to leave. And God said, well, once you work on your marriage, your husband will find a job. And I thought, you're right. And you know what? I listened. I was obedient. We went to therapy. We worked on it. We got it together. We reached out to our elders. We really prayed and asked the ancestors to work through us, to come through us and make this thing work. And on our 3rd wedding anniversary last year, I wrote my first ever love poem. That was a gift from God. On top of that, on my 3rd wedding anniversary, my husband got the best job ever. He works from home. So much so that he's on the video call right now, working from home. So here we are. So I say it's my biggest testimony because that went on to BBC Radio Derby and was played during the Black History Month as part of my Black Love project. And then some sound was added to it by Hepburn House, Theodore Hepburn of Hepburn House Productions. So some beautiful sound for you this evening. And so I just want to share that with you this evening, that if you are in that place, get that help that you need and make that marriage work, because it's sweet, me tell you. This piece to my loving husband who's on the video call. Hi babe, I love you.
Hey! One marriage couples.
Yay! Shout out to all the couples and the beautiful fiance Theo Hepburn is getting married as well to his fiance. Oh, we have another couple getting married. Oh, love is in the air. We're gonna have some fun. Okay, let's go. So I'm gonna perform this for you. This is a lot of love in this. We have a video that was made from this that got me on Channel 4's Black Film program.
Yes.
We got Theo Hepburn who's getting married. The person who filmed it was a couple who filmed it. Beautiful black couple from Just Nevaeh. And here I am, me and my husband. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it.
Come on, DJ.
It was swooning. Lay down some roots, Mama Africa shouted. He heard her voice quite loud. Took a tiny seed, planting it firmly in her ground. Seeing it flourish made him proud. Year one, that tree. Let's do that again.
Here's some monitors.
Lay down some roots, Mama Africa shouted. He heard her voice quite loud. Took a tiny seed, planting it firmly in her ground. Seeing it flourish made him proud. Year one, that tree bared paper, a blank canvas for her and him. Tales would be left behind, speaking of the Afro-Carib queen and king.
Yeah.
Lay down some roots, Mama Caribbean called. She heard as the ships came ashore. Rough seas and worn out trees, the end they saw no more. Year two, that tree bared cotton at sea. King Afro brought it to land. Finally woven together in love. With comfort, Queen Carib held his hand. Woohoo! Yes, you too, Afro-Carib exclaimed. They drew close to hear the ancestors clear as the spirits whispered their name. Kanu, 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 Kanu. Year three, that tree was tied with leather, durable and easy to bend. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Though one may be overpowered, 2 can defend. Thank you. Okay, so now the final piece. This piece I wrote when, again, during the pandemic, I was losing a lot of members of my family. We went through a time of I call it global unity. It was global trauma, but it was global unity. People felt the same things, and a lot of us had to grieve. So I went through a lot of grieving from losing a lot of family members during that time. I lost one to murder, and that's the one that hit me really hard. I lost my dear godmother, who was like my second mom. A lot of deaths were happening very close to home. And it really made me think about generational curses, generational wealth, things that lay over your family and just seem to be carrying on through the generations. Okay, this happened to my mom, and now it's happening to me. When I speak to my aunt, it happened to her grandmother. And I thought, I need to write a prayer to dispel all these generational curses that the enemy is putting over my family. And then I thought, how about I make it more universal? And it's a prayer for everybody. It's a prayer to hold on to when you're in that place, because sometimes when you're in a place, or when God puts you in a position to break that generational curse, it's hard. It is difficult when you have been the chosen one to say no to the enemy. This isn't happening in my family anymore. It's difficult, but know that the storm is almost over, and you will get that generational wealth, and your descendants will get that generational blessing, and all will be well. So this is my last performance for the evening. I hope it goes well. And if it doesn't, we're going to wheel up again, eh?
Yeah.
And yes, hope you like it. Sorry, again, this was a track that Theo and I worked on, which is really important to say. Come on now, ancestors, cradle me. I know you have a job to do to set us free. Free from generational curses, traumas that torment me. My DNA feels burnt out. Release me. Come on now, ancestors, catch my tears. Gently rest them in the transatlantic, calming the sea after 200 years. My soul is tired, burden of change on my back. The chosen generation, may our descendants never lack. Come on, ancestors. Come on, ancestors, sing a new song. Wrap me up in a melody saying, hey, job well done. Don't make me cry or rub my knees bare. Remind me to stand tall when I release this prayer. Poverty, miscarriage, abuse, adultery, assault, imprisonment, depression and anxiety, addiction, abortion, illness and divorce. God, may the ancestors drive these out with his mighty force. Come on now, ancestors, let our story be told. Shame the devil and say, it is well with my soul. Grief may course through our veins like venom right now. Our chests may feel tight, our heads we bow. Cheer up, my loved ones, God has our favor. He's seen our work, the storm is almost over. Come on now, ancestors. one more fight left in us. Offering this all up to Him, because in God we trust. Thank you. My name is Ashley Paris-Jabang, and it has been a pleasure ministering to you tonight.
Ashley Paris-Jabang. Job well done, Ashley. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We've still got one more piece.